Now then, my friends, that is an electric car. More importantly, it's bad parking. I know you're going to say that, but it's not actually. I've parked it like that so it looks cool, so I can get out of the car. It looked cool until I got out of the car. Anyway, if you watch this channel, you'll know I have an electric car. In fact, I believe over 80% of this channel are subscribed to me because of that electric car. Now, I've mentioned many times that I actually think that it's a way of control, and I don't believe personally that electric cars are the way forward. And in this video, I'm going to give you another reason why I don't think they're the future, because I'm told through my viewers that I'm awaiting another recall letter for this car, and this time it's for the batteries on it, which cost over £45,000. When I last checked, somebody online said it's even more. Now the issue is that car's only worth around about £30,000. I'll get to the figures and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's had lots of recalls. It's also in for a brake recall. I'll tell you what, we'll run the intro. If you're new to the channel though, do me a favour, hit the subscribe button, because what that does, it pushes this video out to YouTube, hopefully preventing other people from making the same mistake that I did by getting an electric car. So hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and share this video, and let's make it go viral. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. We'll always be together in electric dreams, or nightmares more like. Right, come on. Right, so we're heading up to a place called the Motorist, which I've been to before for breakfast. Great place if you're into cars and automobiles and classic cars, and it's a great meet-up place, very famous as well. So we're going to head up there and I'm going to read you what I've actually been told about this car. Now, it's had plenty of recalls on this car. In fact, it's had loads of recalls. In fact, it's a little bit like Trigger's broom. If you don't know what Trigger's broom is, it's actually off of Only Fools and Horses, where he says, I love this broom. It's been with me for the last 20 years. I've had 5 new heads on it and 12 new handles.
This old broom has had 17 new heads and 14 new handles in its time.
Basically, it's not the same broom, that kind of joke anyway. This has had the computer system replaced on it. It's had side indicators replaced on it, heater system replaced on it, the rear lighting system replaced on it. It's had, you name it, it's had it replaced on this car, apart from the batteries in it. Now the batteries in it, they're not made by Porsche. I don't know who they're made by actually. You'd have to let me know in the comments section. I would guess LG, but I'm not certain. The cells in it, let me know in that comment section if you do know. Now, I got lots and lots of comments on one of my last EV videos where they said, have you had your letter yet? And I said, what letter's that? And they said, your car is being recalled again, the Taycan, because it's a fire risk and a fire hazard. So they've got to replace the cells of the battery in this car. I thought that can't be right, because the batteries in this car are worth £45,000. The car's only worth about £30,000. When we get to the Motorist, I'll read out exactly how much it's worth, and also what the recall's for. Now we know we're having electric cars pushed down our throats day in and day out. You will have, I mean 98% certain that you will have an advert for an electric car in this YouTube video, unless you've got YouTube Premium, of course. There will be adverts on the radio, adverts on TV for electric cars. We're getting them pushed down our throats, and we know that things that are run by batteries and work on batteries are no good, absolutely useless. So much so, now I like electric bikes and I like electric scooters, etc., and bikes, but eBay now are banning the sale of electric bikes because they are dangerous, supposedly. So check it up. It's out there. Anything that runs on batteries is rubbish, and that's what I'm saying. Yet we're still having these pushed upon us. So if you go to a motor dealer, if they try to sell you an electric car, do not accept. Say no. You want internal combustion, you want petrol, you want diesel, whatever. The government are pushing it down our throats that we must have an electric car, yet they still ride around in their Range Rovers, in their gas guzzling Range Rovers and Jaguars and Jags, whatever. They're not driving electric cars, and they're pushing it down our throats. And their mandate is that basically, is it 2035? We've actually got to not, they can't sell us anymore brand new cars, petrol and internal combustion engine cars. It's wrong. We're having the choice taken away from us, and I say no more. Let me read, we're going to pull in, we'll get to the motorist and I'll read you about this recall, because personally I think if they recall this car, if it is one of the ones that are being recalled on the numbers, I think they'll just scrap it, because it's not worth putting new batteries and cells into a car that's now lost so much money. And electric cars lose a fortune. The depreciation on electric cars go down. And we're also being told now that the sale of second-hand electric cars are going up. I don't personally believe that. I think that we're having all this fake news pushed upon us. Allegedly, I don't know, I can't prove that, I've got to say that, but from my opinion, I actually think if you buy a used electric car, you're off your head. Come on, onwards. Now you are going to say, or some of you is going to say, well, that's just Porsche specific, surely, that they're having a recall on the batteries. These batteries are not just made for Porsches. So I think it's going to happen to lots and lots of electric cars. They're also recalling the Audi e-tron as well, I believe, some Audi e-trons. Let me just turn in here. But it's the batteries themselves that they're getting recalled for the batteries, for the cells in the batteries. Now, Porsche do not make batteries, as far as I know, for their cars. They'll be bought in. So how many more electric cars in the future are going to be recalled because of bad cells, faulty batteries? We all know that anything that's got runs on batteries are terrible. I mean, my remote control back at home, it's a new TV, very new, and I have to keep banging the remote control to get the batteries to work. So we're going to end up where these electric cars are just disposable items. It's crazy. Blimey, it's really bright, the sun. I'm not moaning today though, we've got blue skies. So yeah, we're still pushed into buying electric cars. Hopefully I can get the message across for you not to buy an electric car. So please share this video, let it go viral. I own an electric car, and I'm telling you from my personal opinion, I don't think that they're a great idea. That is very bright. Onwards. So we're almost at the Motorist now. Beautiful village this is, by the way, and an absolutely gorgeous day. I mean, there's a few wispy clouds in the sky and that's about it, but a fantastic day. It's great to be, it's a great driving day actually. The only thing that's missing, we've got the blue skies, we've got the open road, there's no traffic jams. All we need now is the sound of an engine, but here we've got this instead. That's all we've got. The whir of an electric car that sounds a little bit like what you hear on an evening in bed when you put your Bosch washing machine on. They're just soulless. They're just not any fun to drive. Admittedly, the acceleration on them, the instant torque on them is great, but once that's worn off, there's nothing whatsoever. It's just soulless. I just don't get it, and we're going to miss all that in years to come if we're going to accept the fact that internal combustion engine cars are finished and are no more. Because eventually, mark my words, and remember I've said this, if we're all pushed into electric cars and you can think, oh, that's fine because I've got my internal combustion engine in the garage, I can drive it. They will stop you driving it. There will be something that comes out and they will stop you driving it. And you'll be charged per mile. This is in my opinion, of course. You will be charged per mile for driving. So it'll be per mile what you'll be charged for driving. Mark my words. Right, onwards, and apparently there's police up here, secretly hidden a police van, a speed van, because Waze is telling me. That's illegal in France, by the way. You're not allowed to, you're not allowed to use Waze and have where the police are, be told where the police are. Right, onwards. I mean, I did a video which has got over 200,000 views now about the letter that I got from the government saying that from next year I've now got to pay road tax or whatever it's called now. And initially they said, oh, no road tax on electric cars, on electric vehicles. Dangled the carrot, take it away from you once you've got your electric car. No congestion charges. No low emission zone charges on electric cars. Dangle the carrot, they'll take that away from you as well, and it'll be road charging. They'll dangle all this and take it away from you, and we fall for it every time. We were told by Gordon Brown that we were supposed to have diesel cars because they were better for the environment, but then they weren't better for the environment. They lied to us. Every time they open their mouth, they lie to us. So why should we believe them? And yet we're being taken for a fool again, and still taking in that we should be driving electric cars because they're better for the environment. You can imagine that in a few years' time, you see the adverts that you get on, the terrible adverts in the daytime that you get on, where you missold a diesel, blah, 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 diesel lawyers for you. It will be the same with electric cars. We will get them. Well, you missold an EV. So listen out, I'm going to pull in to the Motorist and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this car being recalled. I haven't had my letter for it yet. I'm hoping that it isn't one of the cars that's being recalled, because if it is, we're stuffed. The car's going to be a write-off because it ain't worth putting any new batteries in it. Right, here we are at the Motorist. Now, let's get out and let me tell you a little bit more about this recall. Milk float off. Right, there's some nice seats over there, so let's go and have a sit down and let me tell you a little bit more. Come on. Oh, right, okay, let's get down to business. We've wasted enough time. So basically, Porsche are recalling roughly 27,000 Taycan EVs. You heard that right, 27,000 EVs with a short circuit risk. Porsche is recalling, this is in Car and Driver by the way, Porsche is recalling the electric sedan because of increased fire risk caused by a fault in the battery. The recall also includes some 6,500 Audi e-tron models. It says here as well, bullet pointed, Porsche recalling 27,527 Taycan electric sedans with concerns that a short circuit in the battery system may lead to a fire. At the same time, Audi are recalling 6,499 e-tron GT and RS e-tron GT models with the same issue. The Audi recall affects 2022 to 2024 model year vehicles, with the Porsche recall spanning from 2020 to 2024. Now that includes mine. It says here Audi and Porsche recalling a combined 30,026 electric vehicles with concerns that a short circuit within the high voltage battery system may lead to a fire. In the case of the Porsche, the recall covers 27,527 Taycan electric sedans spanning from the 2020 to 2024 models. And then it goes on, we'll go on here. Documents from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration show that certain models covered in the recall may experience a short circuit within the battery modules, which could lead to a fire, according to NHTSA. Analysis shows that issues with supplier production for the high voltage modules may lead to short circuits. NHTSA also stated that there are no warnings to indicate drivers of the issue. So you don't get any warning, it'll just set on fire. The remedy involves multiple steps, including asking some, wait for this, of the affected owners not to charge their vehicles above 80% charge until onboard diagnostic software can be installed. So you can only charge it to 80%, don't charge any more than that. Well, that would get me roughly, I'd guess, I think about 140 miles, something like that. Not enough to drive anywhere on. It's absolutely crazy. All owners will be asked to bring their vehicle to a Porsche dealer that will inspect the battery modules and install a new advanced diagnostic software as the final remedy. If the inspection shows anomalies in the battery system, the automaker will replace the modules free of charge. That's fine, but you have to ask this question: 45 grand for a new battery in that car. Is it worth it? If the updated software detects an anomaly, it will display a warning message on the dashboard and limit the charging capacity of the battery, so you won't be able to charge past 80%. Porsche dealer notification letters are scheduled for October the 16th, with owner notification letters to follow on November the 29th. This is absolute, complete and utter madness. Now, I also went on a Porsche forum. I'm just trying to get the information up here now. And I went on a Porsche forum, and it says here on the Porsche forum, just going to download this now. This is from a gentleman on the Porsche forum. It appears that Porsche has begun the process of replacing battery modules that we first heard about a few months back. I took my 2021 4S to the dealership yesterday to have the heater recall done, and when I got a call from them this afternoon, I was expected to hear that it was ready to be picked up. Instead, my service advisor told me that he had just received notice that Porsche's now has the parts to begin replacing the suspect battery modules. Apparently the battery pack, or whatever portions of it are affected by the recall, will be removed from the car and shipped to Porsche to be rebuilt. So she didn't say where the rebuild was going to occur. It says here, but it will be done by factory technicians, and the entire process will take about a month. So he'll be without his car for a month. That's absolute and complete and utter madness, honestly. I mean, my car, I had it valued, a valuation on it yesterday. Bearing in mind, my car, initially the retail value of that car was nearly £130,000 or something daft like that. I can't remember the exact figure. It's now worth, I think it was 129,000 and a few pennies, 130 grand. It's now worth £31,595, and that's with We Buy Any Car. And we know that they won't give me that. It'll probably be 28 grand when they say, oh, there's a mark there and there's a mark there. So this is where I'm saying electric cars being pushed upon us and battery recalls. Now, yes, I know you're going to get Tesla owners saying you should have got a Tesla. Tesla, you've still got the same battery modules in that car, and it comes down to the fact that if the batteries fail in that car, the car is totally useless. And that's what I'm saying. Batteries are no good. They've never been any good, and battery technology is not good, yet we're still having it pushed upon us. Please share this video, let people out there know the reality of electric cars. It's absolute madness. Go out, get an internal combustion car. The internal combustion car has been perfected over years and years and years, and now they are almost perfect. You can have, you know, a hybrid together with a petrol engine. That would probably be a better route to go down, like Porsche doing with the new 911. So please share the video and let people know that electric cars are a complete joke. That's in my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you share this video and let everybody know the nightmares and the pitfalls of electric cars, and also hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.